So when you initially create a table, you'll recall we go to the Insert tab, we go to Table, and we choose how many rows and how many columns we want in that table. Once you make a selection, you've generated that table. 4 columns, 5 rows, done. Now what if you want to add additional columns, or even remove columns, or add additional rows, or delete rows? How do we do that? Let's take a look. So I've got my little try it below table here, and let's say I want to add some additional products, some more orders that have taken place. Now I could use this empty row here, but that eventually is going to be a few calculations. Well, no big deal. I can go to the bananas row. I'll just click into that row, doesn't matter where. Now up above you got a new set of tabs. You got Table Tools with the Design and a Layout tab. Now you got all sorts of goodies up here, loads of material and features. Underneath Design, you're going to find a bunch of formatting stuff. We'll talk about formatting a little bit later on. Underneath Layout, you're going to find ways to manipulate the table's structure or layout. So towards the left, you'll find a delete command. You'll also find options for inserting rows and columns and so on. So I want to insert an additional row and I want to add it below bananas. So I can go up to Layout. Make sure again your cursor's inside of the table. I clicked right inside of bananas. I'm going to go up to the Layout tab. I'm going to go to Insert Below. And I've now added an additional row to this table. So what do we got? We got oranges, grapes, bananas. Let's do apples. We sold 33 at a little more expensive, $2.25. All right. So again, you place your cursor into the table, kind of picking where you want to be able to add or potentially delete columns and rows. You're going to go up to Layout, and you've got your insert above, below. You can insert columns to the left or to the right. You got all your features right there, as well as deleting. Let's say, okay, I'm going to add another row. I'm going to add this one above. So now I got one between bananas and apples, and I decide later on that, oh, you know what? I don't want that row. Let's get rid of it. Totally unnecessary. So I can place my cursor in there, back up to Layout, get into Delete, and I'm going to delete the row. And that row's now gone. You can highlight multiple rows or even multiple columns. If I move my cursor to the far left of the table, see how I get that little kind of right pointing arrow? I can left click and drag, highlight multiple rows, and I can go to delete, and I can delete all those rows. Same with columns. I can go to my columns, and here I'm going to get a little black arrow. Got to be right in the right spot. I'll left click and drag, and I can highlight multiple columns there, and I can go up and delete multiple columns as well. Whatever you need to do. But inserting rows, really simple. Just place your cursor, back to Layout, insert above and below. You can insert columns left and right, and you got your delete command right there. So try this out, experiment with it, get an idea of adding rows and columns, all based on where your cursor's at, what you have selected. Very important that you watch where your cursor's at within the table before you run any of these commands. But try it out, get comfortable adding rows and columns, and even play with the delete command as well.